Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you wanna go to sleep? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it, doubt it, doubt it, doubt it, doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it. I don't think you're gonna go to sleep, sleep, sleep. Don't think you're gonna. Hey, Amanda. How are you? Okay. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Oh, okay, good morning. Good morning. Yay, you're caught up. She does not seem like she wants to sleep, so we're probably going to go right to the mat, but, you know, there are worse things, right? There are worse things. Anya got an espresso, you guys. I don't think I saw that. Good morning. Good morning. We dance the whole night like together, and then have open all night with you. Good morning. It's great to stay out late. Good morning. Good morning to you. When the band began to play, the stars with you are so cute. You are so cute, and you just want to take a camera, huh? But no thank you. Disneyland was so good. She had so much fun. It was, I mean, the look on her face when she met the princesses was an unmatched joy. I wish I could show you guys. We have these videos of Ariel playing peekaboo with her, and she was giggling. I'll play it so that you guys can just hear the sound. I'll block her face out and let you guys just hear her laughing, because you won't believe it unless you see it. She was beside herself with giggles. It was so cute. It was so cute. Yeah, and she loved Cinderella. I'll just blur out her face so you guys can see the rest of it. She was like a born Disney baby. It's completely inborn in her. It's hilarious. Hilarious, huh, sweetheart? Hilarious. You're hilarious, kid. Simply hilarious. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. We're dancing because we're not sleeping. We're dancing because we're not sleeping. Pretty good. How are you, Isabella? You Venmoed me? Why'd you Venmo me, Roxy? I've been there once, and now I get Disney adults. I can't really go back. Oh, for sure. I mean, like, I was a born Disney kid, so I was bound to be a Disney adult, but I think I might have become one anyway, even if for slime. Is it something that I posted about? Because you shouldn't Venmo until I comment back to you, because what if someone else got to it first? I'm not great. I had to call the helpline. Oh, no. Did you talk to your dad? I know, honey. I know. We're just making coffee. We're just making coffee, sweetheart. That's it. Just making coffee. I know I'm not as interesting as Cinderella, but there we go. Good morning, Ray. Good morning, good morning. Just for whatever slime. Okay, I'll have to probably send it back to you, Roxy, because it doesn't really work like that. I can't just send you whatever slime. It has to be like in the situation, like in the order that they're meant to go, because different people have picked different ones, so they're, you know, you have to pick which one, otherwise it just doesn't work, unfortunately. So I'm sorry about that. You can either go into one of the posts and pick one of the ones that are up for picking, or I can send it back to you. But no one should ever just Venmo me without us talking about it. I'm so excited to watch it. That's very exciting, Susan. I'm really excited for you. If you want any, honey, sweetheart, I can't tell Susan about Disney World if you're doing that. She can't hear me talk about it. I know there's loud noises outside that you don't like. What I was going to say was, Susan, if you want any tips or anything, I've been in November a lot of times, and I love it in the fall. I know, I need to just become princess, right? Seriously. Oh, sweetheart. Sweetheart, sweetheart, sweetheart. Please, my angel. Please, please, please. I know that loud sound outside is not nice. Here, you want this? Yeah, how about that? I know, it's a very awful loud sound outside and you don't like it. And I don't blame you. I don't like it either. And Daddy's trying to sleep and he doesn't like it either. I know, honey, I know. I know, honey. Give Mommy 1 minute. Give Mommy 1 minute. Mommy has to have a second to make coffee, okay, sweetheart? Okay. Once Mommy makes coffee, we're going to do all sorts of things. I'm going to let you go to your playmat. You're going to have a grape pop. Everything is going to be great. I promise. Just give Mommy 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Only 10 days till I'm at school and I can't wait. That's amazing, Isabella. I really am excited for you to go. Yes, coffee is very important for Mommy to be able to get through all the things she has to get done. Okay. Okay. Landscaping can look nice with the noise, I know. Well, it's just surprising that they start so early. They started before 8 a.m. today, and it's like, guys, like, you know, being from a grape pop makes everything double, because, oh, that's funny. So, yeah, it's like a grape popsicle, sort of. She's practicing vocal warm-up for the day. Yes, she's practicing vocal warm-up for the day. She's chewing on a pacifier now. She doesn't like to suck on pacifiers, but she will gnaw on them. It's funny. I know. Let me see, here. Yeah, she went on the carousel yesterday. Did you go on the carousel? And Peter Pan? And did you pull on the sword and the stone? Yeah, you did. You did. What you did? Nom, 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 nom. Nom, 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 nom. There you go. There you go. Oh, it's so nice, huh? Yeah. Oh, you don't want it anymore? But what's exciting? What did I miss from Anya? Nervous about going back, but in my lane, so it should be okay, right? Wait, Anya, I missed something. I must have stepped away right when you said what? Honey, give Mommy 2 seconds. I know, la 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 la. You know what? She does not like carrots. We tried carrots. She is not a fan. That is the one food so far that she has rejected. I also read in the baby-led weaning thing that raw broccoli and carrots were a no-no. I'm going back to school. Oh, that's amazing. Congratulations. Anya, I have another friend who did that. Actually, if you want me, I can give you the information to follow my friend who did that recently. You might find her content interesting. But she became a personal trainer and fitness instructor certified recently as well. Okay. Okay. When teeth came in, yes. Yeah, she doesn't have any teeth yet. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go put her down and then come back for the phone. Because you don't want to be in your swing right now, huh? Yeah. Okay. 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 Hold on 1 second. 1, 2. Oh, wee! Wee. There you go. Mommy's gonna get the phone. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna come with a grape pop too. Okay, there we go. Yeah, she doesn't have any teeth yet. She's just feeling the owies in her gums, which is a bummer, unfortunately. But I think this morning it's more that she doesn't like the noise. They can't chew them down, but it's something cold and hard. Yeah, exactly. That's why I give her the ice pops, because they are cold and nice on their gums. That's exactly right. Oh, what's going on here? The tripod has decided What are we doing here, tripod? There we go. Okay. What's this? Sweetheart, look. What's that? Is that grapes? Yummy. So nice. She just won't, the most flingable vegetable. She doesn't care that it's flingable. You saw the thing, Becca. She's just not into it. Carrot is the only thing so far that she has actively rejected. High five, Steph. High five. Carrot is the first food that she actively rejected. Isn't that weird? She has not rejected any other food so far. Yeah. Her dad was handing her a carrot, spoonful of carrot like this, and she went like this. She literally put, after it was like her second or third taste, and she had like, she was close to flinging it back at him, but she literally took his hand and she went, no thank you, and pushed his hand down. We have a video of it. It was very funny. He laughed so hard. He was like, honey, I think she doesn't like carrots. And I was like, I told you, she does not like carrots. Everything else though, you know, 17 still hates peas. Yeah, no, listen, you know what, here's the thing that I will say. We're not trying to raise a picky eater or anything like that. The rule is going to be you have to try everything at least once. And much like Susan is saying, well, we didn't puree carrots. We like smushed up some carrots, like, because we're doing baby-led weaning. So it wasn't necessarily pureed, but you know, there was not really anything to make the flavor good. So although she doesn't like them now, I'm not going to say she doesn't like them forever, because I bet if I cook them like the way that we eat them, with like yummy stuff on them and seasonings and butter and all that later down the line, she might like them. So I'm not going to say it's no forever. But if she ends up being a kid who just doesn't like a particular vegetable, like just doesn't like peas, I'm not going to fight it, because you don't have to like everything. As long as she eats some vegetables, she doesn't have to like all of them. Buttered baby carrots last night. Yeah, no, I mean, I would chow down on buttered baby carrots too, but she didn't get any butter, so it's not quite as exciting. But we'll see, right? You know? All right, so let us, I actually don't mind peas. I think my mom hates peas though. All right, while she is distracted, let's go. I like raw carrots also. Dipped in hummus especially. I'm the opposite of the baby. I much like carrots if no one's busy. Yeah, same. Yeah, I would have them a lot. Carrots don't bother me at all, but her dad doesn't like them, so he's always say, well, we eat those too. Yes, exactly. Less dairy, no sugar, and no salt before one, but other than that, we're kind of trying to like give her tastes of whatever we're having, you know? And I have been seasoning her food, just obviously no salt or sugar, and not like pepper or spicy, obviously, but I have been putting seasoning. Like I put, cinnamon in her applesauce and things like that, you know. Anyway, let's, surprising food kids love is toddlers, beans, all the beans. Interesting. Interesting, like all kinds of beans? Huh. Interesting. Well, we started chapter 11 yesterday, but we didn't get very far into it. So for those of you who are just catching up, chapter 11 is the troll and goblin territory, and Alex and Connor have been taken prisoner. They are below ground in the troll and goblin territory in a prison with many, many other humans who are cowering around. The troll and the goblin took their bags and dumped all their belongings out in front of everyone, but did not recognize the glass slipper for what it was. So let's go. That's no use, a voice said behind the twins. Those bars are made out of pure stone. Alex and Connor turned to face the prisoner occupying the cell next to theirs. Crouched in the darkest corner of his cell was an older man. He was thin and had long gray beard and tattered clothing. Well, there's gotta be some way to get out of here, Connor said. I've heard every man and woman say that when they're first brought in, the old man said. But sadly, no, there isn't. How long have you been here? Alex asked him. Years, the man said, and he leaned forward and the light fell on his face. His face was as tired and as ragged as his clothes. He had a wandering eye, so the twins couldn't tell which one of them he was speaking to. Say, don't I know you two from somewhere? He asked, and the twins knew that this wasn't possible, but the man seemed convinced, and for whatever reason, the man seemed oddly familiar to them, too. I don't believe so, Alex said. We're rather new to the area. Oh, I could swear it,
The old man said. Are you sure I never traded you a magic flute for a chicken? Or perhaps a singing flower for a lamb? No, I'm sorry. We've never traded anything with you before, Alex said, and then she realized who he was. The wandering eye, the long beard, the raggedy clothes. Could it be? She pulled Connor aside. Connor, he's the traveling tradesman, the one from the journal. Connor couldn't believe it. Are you sure? He asked. Sir, Alex said, kneeling down next to him, are you by chance known as the traveling tradesman? The man had to think about it. Obviously, the years of enslavement had taken a toll on his mind. Yes, I believe that is what they called me, he said, and he was happy to be reminded of a time when he wasn't a slave. The twins were so pleased to hear this. Ask him if he knows what happened to the man who wrote the journal, Connor whispered into Alex's ear, and she nodded. Excuse me, Mr. Tradesman, Alex said, do you remember a man coming to you and asking about the wishing spell? The wishing spell? The tradesman asked. At first, it seemed that he had no idea what she was talking about, but then the recognition dawned on his face. Oh, what? Yes, I do. He was one of the last customers I did business with before I was brought here. Silly lad. He had talk of wanting to travel to another world. I thought I was mad. Did he ever make it? Alex asked. Did he find all the items for the wishing spell? I don't know, the tradesman said, and the twins slumped. I never saw him again, so, but it's possible. He looked up at them curiously. But why do you ask? The twins looked to each other because they didn't know what to tell him. Don't tell me you two are chasing after the wishing spell, too, he asked, and they looked at each other guiltily. Connor leaned down next to Alex and began asking questions of his own. Well, we're trying, but we really don't exactly know what we're looking for. And the tradesman laughed. No one does. That's the beauty of it. Some people know the descriptions of the items it requires, but no one really knows what they are for sure. Like Hagatha, Alex said. She only knew what the riddles were. The man she told them to had to figure them out on his own, but he honestly could have been wrong. What if we found Hagatha and we asked her for her opinion? Connor began. Oh, Hagatha is dead, the tradesman said. Dead? Alex gasped. How did she die? Well, she fell into the thorn bush pit, the tradesman said. What's the thorn bush pit? Alex asked. Well, good heavens, child, are you daft? After the curse was broken on the Sleeping Beauty kingdom, all the thorn bushes and the shrubbery had grown into wild grass around the kingdom, and it was cleared out and dumped into a large, deep pit, the tradesman said. Agatha was collecting some of the thorn bush for her home, and, well, she fell in. That's awful, Alex said. She called for help for days, but no one would help her. No one wanted to help an old hag, the tradesman said. And just before she died, Agatha cursed the thorn bush so that it would grow onto anything or anyone near it and pull it straight to the bottom, wherever she was trapped, forever. That's really intense, Connor said. Since then, however, it's been used as a wasteland. People from all over the kingdoms journey there to drop off anything they don't want to see again, he said. I wonder if there's anyone else we could speak to about it? Honey, that's the wrong side. That's why you're not having any luck. The juice comes out this side. Yeah, there you go. That's much better, right? Yeah, it is. It's much better from that side, right? Yeah. Well, whatever journey you were on, I'm afraid it's over now anyway, the tradesman said. Once you're here, and there's nothing you can do about it. So he turned away from them. A commotion came from up the tunnel leading into the dungeons. Trolls and goblins led men and women who had been serving time in the tunnels to the common room and back into their cells. They looked as if they could sleep for a year, if permitted. Hastening. Time for sleep, a troll ordered, and then extinguished all the torches in the room with a bucket of water. And if anyone makes a sound, there will be no one fed tomorrow. Yeah. The trolls and the goblins left the dungeon, chuckling. The room was pitch black, and Alex found Connor in the darkness, and they rested beside each other. I just don't want Mom to worry, Alex said with big teary eyes. The longer we're in here, the longer she's going to be alone. I'm sure Grandma's with her, Connor said. They probably have the entire police department out looking for us. It'll be a really interesting conversation when we get home and tell them we've been here the whole time. I know, honey. Honey, you want something else? What are you looking at? Do you want to sit in your chair and eat the rest of your pop? Would that make it better? You want to sit up and eat it? Here. Have this. but have it over here. Whee! Is that fun? You have grape juice on your face. Yeah. Here you go. There you go. Okay. Do you want to be able to see? Is it better if you can see? There you go. Now you can see Mommy. We can all look together, right? Thanks for being positive, Connor, Alex said. And despite the little comfort her brother gave her, Alex cried herself to sleep. Connor couldn't sleep. He couldn't stop thinking that just a week before he had been safe and sound in his own bed, fearing nothing but schoolwork, nothing but schoolwork and Mrs. Peters. But now, here he was in dungeons of another dimension, facing a life of slavery. How quickly time changed. I know, honey, I know. Yeah. That's right. You can finish it. Look at all that grape juice still in there. Yummy. Connor had just dozed off when he was suddenly awoken. He felt like someone was watching him. Yeah, someone was watching Connor, honey. I know. It's crazy, right? He opened one eye and he saw, standing on the other side of the cell door, holding a single candle, the troll girl that they had seen in the common room. She had been watching him sleep. Can I help you? Connor asked, very creeped out. What's your name? The troll girl asked him in an airy and engaging voice. Why do you want to know? Connor asked. Because I'd like to know everything about you, she said with a dreamy smile that made Connor feel sick. Well, I'm Connor. Who are you? My name is Troll Bella. I'm a troll princess. My father is the troll king. Do you have a girlfriend, Connor? Oh, no, Connor thought. This girl has a crush on him. He was suddenly so grateful for the bars that were between them. Nope, can't say that I do, Connor said awkwardly. It's hard to meet people after having been recently enslaved by trolls and goblins. Oh, I know, Troll Bella said with big flirty eyes. Trolls and goblins are the worst. I hate living here. I would move away if I could. Everything is so unorganized and everyone is so mean. And don't get me started on troll boys. They don't know how to treat a lady. I'm sorry to hear that, Connor said, hoping a goblin would walk in and take him away to work in the tunnel and save him from this situation. I'm just a hopeless romantic myself, Troll Bella said, batting her eyelashes and twirling one of her pigtails. Can I call you Butterboy? No, definitely not, Connor said. What's going on? Alex said, waking up. Who is she? Troll Bella asked. Her playful expression fell into a threatening frown. Relax, Connor said. This is just my sister. Hi, Alex said, very confused about what was happening. I don't like her, Troll Bella said, pointing at Alex, and Alex was taken aback. Had she done something wrong? She grows on you, Connor said. And if I had to be enslaved with someone for the rest of my life, honestly, I'm glad it's her. Have you enjoyed your stay with us so far? Troll Bella asked. No, not really, Connor said. Was she kidding, or was she just stupid? I'm not. Oh, we really would like to get out of here if you could help us, Alex said. I'm not talking to you, Troll Bella yelled at Alex, and she turned her head slowly, and she smiled at Connor. I might be able to give you freedom in exchange for something else. Oh yeah, what's that? Connor said. Both the twins would be on the edge of their seats if they weren't on a dirty dungeon floor. A kiss, Troll Bella said, staring passionately at Connor. Connor gulped. Okay, well, I guess in that case, we're going to be slaves forever. Hey, Brittany, good morning. You're late, but you're not that late. Troll Bella frowned, and Alex hit Connor up the side of the head. Kiss her, you idiot, and then we'll get out of here. Don't you hit my butter boy, Troll Bella said. And I never said I would let you go. I only said I would let him go. I think he'd be more inclined to kiss you if you promised to let both of us go. I know, we love Troll Bella here, you guys. No, I wouldn't. Please don't speak on my behalf, Alex, Connor chimed in, but neither of the girls were listening to him. Trobella's nostrils flared up. She did not like negotiating. She turned around and she disappeared without saying a word. Well, way to go, Connor, Alex said. That might have been our only chance to escape. Okay, well, there is no chance that I'm kissing that, Connor said. Freedom or no freedom, you are asking way too much of me right now. The twins both jumped back away from the door sill, and Trobella had quickly returned with a key. She was ready to make a deal. Pucker up, butter boy, Trobella said, and she pushed her head up against the bars of the cell door. I can't do this. I physically cannot do this, Connor said. Do you ever want to see home again? Alex asked him, and Connor looked as if he were about to vomit and cry at the same time. At a snail's pace, he approached Trobella with his lips extended. He wasn't going fast enough for Alex, so she pushed him toward the cell door, and Trobella grabbed a hold of him through the bars. She planted a big, fat, juicy kiss right on him. Puh! Connor said, breaking away from her. He was wiping his mouth manically and gasping for air. Trobella had a huge, unsatisfied grin on her face. That was the worst thing you have ever done to me, Connor said, pointing at Alex, feeling completely betrayed. How could you? All right, Trobella, Alex said, ignoring her brother's dramatics. A deal's a deal. Let us go. Until we meet again, butter boy, Trobella said, and she blew Connor a kiss. Whatever, Connor said, and then followed the others out of the dungeon. Trobella smiled from... Wait, did I miss something? Oh. I did. I'm so sorry. I accidentally skipped a page. I was like, wait, this doesn't make sense. Back again. Trobella's smile dropped into a scowl, and she reluctantly unlocked the cell door. Sordell. Consent does matter, Ray. But I will say... she wasn't asking a lot. He doesn't have to kiss her for the rest of his life. It was one kiss in exchange for your freedom. I feel like, I don't know. I'm a big consent matters person, but like, come on, Connor. Take one for the team here. Let's go. You can get some mouthwash when it's over. I would have done it. To free everybody? Let's be real. I'm sorry. Like, you're right. Consent matters, but Connor, stop being so dramatic. I know he's like a 12-year-old boy or 13-year-old boy. And so anyway, I think we should all take one for the team. And if we are all enslaved and all it takes is one kiss for us to be freed, I would hope that you would all take that kiss on our behalf. That's all I'm going to say. What about you, honey? No, not you. I don't want you kissing anybody on our behalf. Okay. She reluctantly unlocked the cell door and she opened it. And as she did, Alex caught sight of the other slaves in the dungeon. A few of them were awake and had been silently and intently staring at the twins. They had never seen anyone be freed before. They hadn't thought it was possible. You're free to go, Trobella said, and the twins briskly walked out of the cell. But as Alex passed Trobella, she swiftly grabbed the key and pushed the troll princess into the cell and slammed the door behind her. I did not see that coming. I forgot that happened. I've read this, and this is still new information to me. Trollbella's locked in the cell, you guys. Alex is a genius. The twins briskly walked out of the cell. Oh, sorry, I already said that. Let me out of here right now, Trollbella screamed. This wasn't part of the deal. I can't leave without the others, Alex said, and she ran around, unlocking all the doors on the cells. Everyone, wake up. We're getting out of here. Come on. She ran over to the pile of waste on the side of the room and retrieved all of their things. Guards! Trollbella howled. Guards! The slaves are escaping! Trollbella, Connor said, will you please be quiet? Can you please do that for me? For your butter boy? Trollbella blushed. Oh, all right, butter boy. I'll be quiet for you. The slaves all stirred to life, and it took them a moment to understand what Alex was saying. They had dreamed about this day for so long. Many eagerly jumped up and left their cells, but others hesitated, including the traveling tradesman. Come on, Alex said. What are you waiting for? Are you two mad? They're going to skin us alive if they find that we've escaped, the tradesman said. This worried some of the others, especially the children. Do you want to go in your, what do you call it? What is this thing called? Your activity chair? Do you want to go in your activity chair? Here, let's go in the activity chair. It's going to be fun, huh? You didn't get to go in it at all yesterday because you were at Disneyland. Wow, there you go. Let's see how many minutes we get out of this one, huh? Whoa, activity chair for the win. Okay. Let's see if we can finish chapter 11 thanks to the activity chair, huh? Yeah. Would you rather die in the cell or die trying to get back the life they stole from you? Alex asked him. The words Alex said must have inspired them because they all gathered around her, and even the tradesman was willing to take a chance for freedom. He nodded at Alex as he joined the group. Does anyone know the best way out of here? I agree, Nespresso is amazing, Anya. We need to get to the tunnels, a random man said. Yes, the tunnels, a woman agreed. Well, how do we get there? Connor asked. We go up to the common room and we pass the stone arch, and the trolls and goblins have built tunnels leading to every kingdom. That's how they get around, the tradesman said. Do we need to worry about anyone catching us? Connor asked. Well, they're all sleeping by now, Trollbella said with a sigh from herself. Even the guards. That's why no one came when I called to them. All right, let's go, Alex said. Everyone be as quiet as possible and help the older and younger ones that are in the group. Everyone nodded and Alex led the way out of the dungeon, praying that it would be the last time any of them were ever in this room again. Until we meet again, Butterboy, Trollbella said, and she blew Connor a kiss. Yeah, whatever, Connor said, and followed the others out of the dungeon. Trollbella smiled from horn to horn. This had been the most exciting day of her life. The group of escapees traveled up the tunnel to the common room and snuck past a line of goblin guards. Just as Trollbella had said, they were all sleeping instead of standing guard. They finally reached the common room and covered their mouths in horror with what they saw. All the trolls and goblins that Alex and Connor had seen carousing around were now spread across the floor, all passed out. How are they going to get to the other side of the room without stepping on each and every one of them? I know, it's crazy, right? Look at this. Whoa! Whoa! What a chair full of activities. Look at this. Insanity. Some were snoring, others twitched in their sleep, and even the Troll and Goblin King were sleeping on their thrones. You could barely see the floor between the unconscious monsters sprawled across the room. Quickly and quietly, Alex whispered to the group. We can do this. You just have to be as careful as possible. And they began tiptoeing around the sleeping creatures. Carefully, they put their feet between the monsters' spread out limbs and broken plates and goblets all across the dirty floor, between the knocked over chairs and the tables. Every time a troll or goblin made any noise or movement, everyone froze and their hearts all stopped for a moment. If any of the monsters were to wake up and see their slaves walking through the room toward the exit, it would be a disaster. They were almost at the stone tunnel, and Alex stopped in the middle of the room to make sure that everyone passed her safely and no one was left behind. Eventually, everyone had made it except her brother, who remained very still at the back of the room. He was staring at the Troll King and the Goblin King with wide eyes and an open mouth. Connor, what are you doing? Alex asked in her loudest whisper. Look, he mouthed, only a little whisper coming out. Look, it's the crown, he said. Alex looked up at the stone crown above the Troll and Goblin King's heads. What about it? Alex whispered. No, it's the crown from the wishing spell, Connor said. A stony crown that's made to share, found within a savage lair. Alex could feel her heart beating in her throat. Connor was right. It did fit the description perfectly. What are you two doing? We are waiting for you, the tradesman said from the stone tunnel, and Alex and Connor looked at each other, but they knew they couldn't leave without the crown. Go ahead without us, Alex said. Suit yourselves, the tradesman said, and then he left with the others down the stone tunnel. I'm gonna go get it, Connor whispered to Alex. Be careful, Alex said, and Connor moved slowly through the room and accidentally kicked a goblet that made a loud ding, causing a few trolls and goblins to twitch in their sleep. Sorry, Connor mouthed to Alex, and he climbed up onto the throne platform. The crown was pretty high up, and he would have to climb the thrones to get it. He climbed onto the armrest of the Troll King's throne. His left leg was so close to the king's face that Connor could feel the king's warm breath through his jeans. Connor swung his right leg onto the armrest of the Goblin King's throne and reached up for the crown. It was still too high. He was going to have to jump for it. Alex covered her eyes. Her hands were trembling. Connor jumped and tried to grab the crown, but he was just a few inches too short. He jumped again. The tips of his fingers touched it this time. He jumped once more, this time the highest jump he had ever made, and he grabbed it. Unfortunately, on his way down, he missed the armrest, and he landed in the lap of the Goblin King. "Ah!" The Goblin King screamed, and Alex took her hands from her face just in time to see her terrified brother sprawled across the Goblin King's lap with the crown held tightly in his hands. Connor jumped up and ran as fast as he could, grabbing his sister's arm on the way and running out the door. After them, the Goblin King ordered. Someone grab them. The entire room of trolls and goblins began waking up to the Goblin King's yells. Alex and Connor weren't careful about who or what they stepped on now. They ran straight through the common room and down the tunnel of stones. Dozens of trolls and goblins chased after them. The twins ran past the horrible statues of the tunnel's entrance. The goblin statue suddenly crashed to the ground just as they passed it, blocking the tunnel. Alex screamed. Had they been a second later, it would have fallen on them. And they turned to see the tradesman, out of breath and holding his heart. He had just knocked over the statue to block the tunnel. The trolls and goblins had reached the end of the tunnel and they were struggling to get past the fallen statue. That should keep them busy for a while, the tradesman said. Now run. Where's everyone else? Alex asked. They fled to the tunnels. They're safe, he said. What about you? I couldn't leave without you, the tradesman said. I'm old, children. I'd never outrun them anyway. You two still have a lot of living to do, so before they get past the statue, you better hurry. We're not leaving without you, Alex said. I'm wanted in every kingdom, the tradesman said between deep breaths. No matter where I go, I'll end up behind bars. I've done a lot of bad thing in my day, children. I made a lot of trades and deals I probably shouldn't have. Honestly, I deserve this. You don't. Now run. Alex and Connor's feet moved before their minds could decide whether to stay any longer. They ran ahead and found a series of tunnels leading in different directions. Each had a sign above the entrance that said where the tunnel led to. Come on, Alex said and grabbed Connor's arm, pulling him into the tunnel that said the fairy kingdom above it. They tucked the troll and goblin crowns safely away in Alex's bag. Did we do the right thing? Alex asked Connor as they ran down the tunnel. Should we have left him? He wasn't going to come with us anyway. He had his mind made up, Connor said. He knew that he had done everything that they could, but he still felt guilty. How could a stranger give up so much for us? Alex said. Maybe he thought trading his freedom for ours would be the only honest trade he'd ever made, Connor said. Wow. Chapter 12 is a shorter chapter, so I'm going to try to at least get a little into it, because then maybe if she sleeps tomorrow, we can, like, read a whole nother one, but give me a second to take a sip of coffee. Ah, delightful. Today I'm having the pistachio pod with a Bianco Doppio on top. If you like pistachio, it's good. I'm not usually one for the flavored pods, you guys know that, but every once in a while, it hits just right. Can you do this? According to Kindle, the next chapter is 20 minutes. I think the next chapter is 20 minutes, but I think we can get through at least part of it. I mean, if she stays like she is right now, we'll read the whole darn thing, because 20 minutes is fine, right? But let's see. Chapter 12, The Fairy Kingdom. Alex and Connor emerged from underground between a tree and a big rock. They were covered in dirt and cobwebs, and they were breathing hard and sweating profusely. It had been so stuffy in the tunnel. We made it, Alex said. We're at the surface. I never thought I'd be so happy to see the sun and the sky, Connor said. It was sometime around noon, and the twins had found themselves in a pleasy? Come on, Sasha. Pleasy? A pleasant, grassy field next to a perfectly groomed path. Is that the path that we should have taken to the Red Riding Hood Kingdom? Connor asked. Yep, Alex said, looking down at the map. But think of all the fun we would have missed out on if we had not gone the wrong way, Alex said. They shared a laugh, and the twins brushed themselves off and headed down the path. They felt very safe in this place. All the trees and fields were perfectly manicured and inviting. Then again, anything would have seemed inviting after narrowly escaping a lifetime of slavery for trolls and goblins. Are we positive that we're in the fairy kingdom? Connor asked, looking around. Plessy works for us. Plessy. Pleasant and grassy. Plessy. I would say it's very possible, Alex said, but she wasn't looking down at the map. How do you figure? Connor asked her. Well, that's an indication, Alex said, and she pointed. Gazing around a perfect little stream ahead of them, to their amazement, was a herd of unicorns. They were beautiful, white with silver horns, silver hooves, and silver manes. Connor's forehead wrinkled and his mouth dropped open. Oh, jeez, he said. That's the most obnoxious thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh, I want to pet one, Alex said and ran towards them. No, Alex, you gotta be careful, Connor said. They might have rabies. Unicorns don't have rabies, Connor, Alex said. You don't know where those horns have been, Connor called out, and Alex walked right up to the herd, slowing her pace so that she wouldn't spook them. They were so majestic and graceful, she just had to stop and admire them for a moment, and one saw her and walked towards her. Any sane person would have been scared by a wild animal approaching them, but not Alex. She wasn't. For whatever reason, she knew the unicorn wasn't going to harm her. It lowered its head, and she petted its face. Connor walked up and stood behind her. All the unicorns slowly surrounded them. Alex, Connor said, this is making me incredibly nervous. The unicorns formed a perfect circle around the twins and bowed to them. Alex smiled from ear to ear, and Connor raised a suspicious eyebrow. All right, this is trippy, he said. Maybe they're just welcoming us to their kingdom, Alex said. And the unicorns stood as stiff and as if they were frozen and didn't show any signs of moving. Connor grabbed Alex's hand and they left the circle and rejoined the path. The stream traveled beside the path as the twins traveled down it. Is it just me, or is that water sparkling? Connor asked, and he was right. The further they walked along the stream, the more it appeared to glow and shimmer. That must mean that we're getting close, Alex said happily. That's Thumbelina's stream. It should take us right into the fairy kingdom. I say we grab hold of the first fairy we find and we call her names like oversized insect or fish bait until she cries, Connor said. That's how we're going to get her to cry. No, I think we should come up with a really sad story to tell her, Alex said, and then a thought occurred to her. How are we going to even collect these tears once they've been shed? Connor shrugged. I don't know, maybe we have to kidnap a fairy and keep her around until we need her to cry? What does the journal say to do? Alex opened the journal and found the section about the fairy kingdom. Acquiring a fairy tale... You want me to help you turn? Are you upset because you can't face it? Here. Honey. Papa. Look at all these things. Look at this. Oh, look, this fits perfectly here to roll around. Look at this. It fits perfectly. Look, sweetheart. What is that? How did mommy figure that out? Okay, just take it out. That's fine. Listen, it doesn't matter that it fits perfectly. That's not my... You want to throw it? Okay. I mean, listen, it was just one idea. There are so many ideas. There's so many ideas. Look at this place. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you want to throw all my toys on the floor? You're a little drooly. Just a little, though. Acquiring fairy tear is not an easy task. Oh, surprise, surprise, Connor said. Since fairies, for the most part, are very happy beings, it will be hard to find one so overcome with grief that it's brought to tears. However, if you manage, hopefully under moral conditions, you can use the vial hidden inside this journal's spine to collect the tear. Oh! Alex turned the book on its side and looked closely through the holes where the pages were connected to the spine. Deep inside the journal's spine was a small glass vial with a cork stopper. Look at this, Alex said, pulling the vial out of the spine. It says to put the tear in here. Great. Now all we need is an emotional fairy, Connor said, and Alex stopped walking. Wait, shh. Do you hear that? She said. Tiny sniffling sounds came from close by, and the twins looked around but couldn't see where they were coming from. What is that? Connor asked, and he looked down beside him, and he had to blink a few times to make sure he wasn't imagining what he saw. No. This cannot be real. It's too easy. Nothing is this easy. What are you talking about? Alex asked him, and Connor turned her shoulders to face what he was looking at. Sitting on a rock on the side of the path was a fairy, and she was crying. She was crying, sweetheart. It's a crying fairy, honey. Have some empathy. Please. She was only a few inches tall, and she had big blue wings similar to a butterfly's. She had dark hair and a purple dress made out of leaves and shoes made out of flower buds. Her tiny hands were clasped around her big eyes, and her tears were running down her face. The twins just stood there and stared down at her. They were afraid their minds were playing tricks on them. They both wanted to see this so badly. What are you looking at? The fairy said to the twins in a tiny, high-pitched voice. Oh, we're so sorry, Alex said. But why are you crying? Connor jerked his head toward his sister, and she knew what he was thinking. Who cares? Get a tear. Well, that's none of your business, the fairy said, and she sobbed some more. Oh, forgive me, Alex said. I can tell you're upset about something, and I wouldn't be myself if I didn't ask if there was something I could do to help you. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you, the fairy said, changing her attitude. I'm just having a very rough day, that's all. Connor kept trying to grab the vial from his sister's hand, but she wouldn't let him take it. "Oh, what's your name?" Alex asked the fairy. "Trix," the fairy said. "Hello, Trix. My name is Alex, and this is my brother Connor," Alex said. "Would you like to talk to us about what's troubling you?" Connor was shocked. She was actually more interested in helping this fairy than getting one of her tears. "My trial is in a few minutes, and I'm too scared," Trix said. "Your trial?" Connor asked. "Did you kill somebody?" "Of course not," Trix said. "I used magic on another fairy, and now the fairy council banned me from the fairy kingdom." "Oh, I am so sorry to hear that," Alex said. "What'd you do to that other fairy?" Connor asked. I turned his wings into prune leaves," the fairy said, and then she cried some more. "It was only for a moment. I turned them back, but he was provoking me. He kept teasing me about my size." "They're going to ban you from the entire kingdom just for turning someone's wings into leaves for a couple of seconds?" Connor asked. "Yes, they've been very strict ever since the Enchantress put a curse on Sleeping Beauty," Trix said. "The Fairy Council believes that every fairy is a representative of their order and should act as such." "Those are really high expectations," Alex said. "I can't leave the fairy kingdom," Trix cried. "It would be so lonely, and I hate being alone. I don't have many friends to begin with." Alex let Trix use the corner of her shirt to dry her tears. Connor turned bright red, watching his sister dispose of those tears so carelessly. He had to make the fairy produce more of them. "Yeah, wow, being banned would be really terrible though, wouldn't it?" Connor said. "You'd probably have to live in an old bird's nest in the dwarf forest and be chased by wolves and witches every day. That's only if an ogre doesn't capture you, put you in a jar, and barbecue you first." Now Trix started to cry hysterically at this. "Connor, what is wrong with you?" Alex yelled, and Connor snatched a vial from her hand and collected a tear from Trix's face just as it dripped off her chin. Alex gave him a dirty look. "Would you like us to go with you to your trial?" Alex asked and leaned down to be eye level with Trix. "For emotional support?" "Oh, yes, I would like that," Trix said. "That is so kind of you." "Yeah, I know what it feels like to think the whole world is against you," Alex said. "All right. We better get going. I don't want to be late." Trix flew into the air and fluttered down the path, and the twins walked after her. "Alex, are you crazy?" Connor said. "We got a tear. Let's get out of here." "We're the only people in the world who this fairy has," Alex said. "We're good people, and we're going to help her out." Connor grunted with frustration. "Helping this fairy isn't going to take away the bad memories you have from school, Alex." "Hey, you don't have any bad memories from school." "Oh, honey." "Hey, look at this. What's this? You're missing it because you turned the wrong way. Look at this. Look, 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 look. Sweetheart. What's that? What's that? You see it? Wow. Wow. So nice. Why do you make a perfect fairy? I don't know. Do you like the fairy voice? Oh, you don't like the fairy. She makes a better fairy, huh? Do you like it when mommy talks like a fairy? No? A little bit? Ah. Can we use our inside voice? Very nice. That was good. Ah. Do you want some more of this? It's still here. Go ahead, take it. Very good. Good. See, it's yummy. She would be the perfect fairy. Good for blah. Yeah, that's basically what she said. Alex ignored him and walked and followed Trix down the path. Connor followed, sulking the entire way. They traveled deeper into the fairy kingdom. Everything in the distance seemed to sparkle. They thought it was a mirage at first, but the closer they got, they saw that the trees and the grass and the path all shined and shimmered in the sunlight. "What's up with all the glitter?" Connor asked. "I don't think that's glitter, Connor. I think that's magic," Alex said. And they reached the heart of the kingdom and were completely bewildered by what they saw. It was like they were standing in a giant tropical garden with large, colorful flowers of all shapes and species. There were weeping willows over small ponds and vines that grew up around the trees. There were beautiful bridges over many streams and ponds. "Here, honey, the food's from this side. Look, Wow. Wow, so nice. That's so nice, huh? Is that so yummy? Wow, yummy. Mommy's gonna buy you cucumbers tomorrow. Don't worry. I'm sorry we're out of cucumbers. I didn't buy enough. Yeah, I'm sorry. There were fairies everywhere. Many flew around in the air, some just hovered above the ground, and some walked on smaller paths adjacent to the ones the twins were on. They were all different shapes, sizes, and colors. Some were taller than Alex and Connor, some were as small as Trix, and didn't seem to even be solid, but rather made from pure light. Tinkerbell. Okay, are you done for the day? How much more do we have here? Yeah, okay. Well, we did a really good job. We did a really good job. You did a really good job. Yes, you did. You did a great job, sweetheart. Look, here. You did great. Everybody's very proud of you. We're very proud of you. Okay, I know. Okay. We're very proud of you. You did a really great job. And we're going to say bye-bye to everybody now. Okay, say bye-bye. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be sleepies, right? Are you going to be sleepies tomorrow? Yeah, we're going to be sleepies tomorrow. Okay. Okay. That's all right. Low tone, SB. It's okay. Yes, low tone. That's right. All right. We love you guys, and we'll see you later. Sleepy vibes for tomorrow. She said, where? Where's everyone who's proud of me? That's right. All right. Bye, guys.